First of all, I want to appreciate the civility that I'm seeing here as we discuss this, and I think this is the way it ought to be discussed. I know that this is a difficult topic. It's a difficult time in the history of this country, but I had a discussion with someone who has a difference of opinion with me about this, and my point of view was fairly simple, is show me one example in the history of the world where a civilization has been formed around same-sex marriage. I mean, you could put a couple of men on a deserted island, come back in 50 years, and there'll be one man, be two men, one man, or no man. You put two women on a deserted island, come back in 50 years, there'll be two women, one woman, or no women. The island might be better kept and a lot tidier, but that's beside the point. It's that you just cannot organize society around a same-sex relationship. I was having this discussion with a friend who has a difference of opinion, and we talked for a while about it, and I made the case similar to what Professor Eismo made a little while ago, is the government can classify anything any way they want to. They could call the ceiling, the floor of this building a ceiling, but it won't change the nature of what it is. You can try walking on the ceiling and call it a floor and try walking on it. That's not going to work out too well. So you can't change the nature of what something is simply by changing the words or changing the definition. We talked about some other things, and a little bit later, this individual's late 40s, very intelligent, an attractive person, and I asked her why she had never married. She said, well, she got involved in her career, and frankly, she always thought that marriage was about family and raising children. I said, you just made my point. And she said, you got me on that one. So the issue here, I think, has devolved. Or maybe I should say it has progressed so that it's no longer just about whether or not people of the same sex can be married. As I pointed out to this individual, marriage pre-exists government. Government cannot define it. It is a creation ordinance, and government has never been able to define it. But the point I was trying to make is that this is devolved or progressed so that it's no longer just about that. It's a war on Christianity. I think we make a mistake in saying this is a war on religion. It isn't. It's a war on Christianity. When you see people trying to force an Islamic cleric to perform one of these ceremonies, then it might be a war on religion. But right now, I don't think it is. And the interesting thing is I've seen the banners and I've heard the arguments, you can't make me, live under your religion. You can't make me believe what you believe. That's not the point. You can't make us not believe what we believe. Now, my point is that we have got to protect the church, and I think that the church has failed in many respects in this debate. They've remained silent. They've been fearful. They have to step out. And I don't know how many pastors are here from major churches, but it speaks volumes about why we're in the position we're in today, that the church has stood on the sideline and treated this as a political issue, and now they're facing the threat of losing their ability to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And if you don't believe me, just take a look at Canada. What's going on in Canada? So with all due respect to all of the positions that are being articulated in this movement, the one thing that I think we've got to get across to people, and we've got to do it with the heart and mind of Jesus, is that if we believe anything but what the Bible says, then we don't believe anything. And we've got to be willing to stand up and testify to the truth of the gospel with the heart and mind of Jesus Christ, with love in our hearts, but with the courage not to back down. So. Now, we've got some justices in Washington, and frankly, the decision is probably already written. I have no idea what it is. But I can tell you that 9 justices will not determine the spiritual future of this country. It's people like you and me and the people who stand in the pulpit every Sunday who will determine the future of this country from a spiritual perspective. And what we need is revival. And it needs to begin in the pulpit. So as we go forward in this discussion, I want to do everything that I can as a member of Congress to articulate with the heart and mind of Christ toward all people a message of justice, but also a message of truth, because this is about the soul. It's not just about physical relationships between two people. It's about the soul. And it's about relationships of all people to one another. Again, I want to say categorically and matter-of-factly, I don't care what the government calls something. They can call a dog a cat or a cat a dog, and that cat won't come when you call it, okay? It won't change the nature of what it is. We have to stand up, be firm, but yet compassionate with the heart and mind of Christ, as I said many times, and be the spark that ignites a revival that will change this country. That's our best hope, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.